I guess to open up here, I was trying to do some timelining, and it looks like you actually met your CEO, Dan, when you were still an investor, Meredith. And prior to becoming an operator, you made more than 50 B2B investments in companies like Pendo, Action IQ, and Twilio. So I'm guessing you're the type of person who takes an investor lens to your own career steps. What was your personal investment thesis to take the role at front?
I think that's right. I think I naturally look at everything through an investment lens and really am focused on like three things in particular. So, what market opportunity a company is going after, the people that are involved in it, the product itself, particularly for a technology company, is really important. And I think as I assessed the opportunity at front, I saw all of those things. So, from a market opportunity perspective, we are going after an incredibly large market, the customer support, customer operations market, where there is near-term known applications of AI to automate parts of or all of, in certain cases, those workflows with customers. And so was really excited to be in a segment of tech today where we're really on the cutting edge and looking for those opportunities to bring AI to increase customer productivity and output. From a people perspective, as you said, I did know Dan before. Dan was really early to thinking about applications of AI to customer support with his company TalkIQ. TalkIQ sold to Dialpad. He was a senior executive at Dialpad, focused on the customer support space for over 7 years and really helped scale that business to 300 million. So really coming in with such an experienced, seasoned partner who has a great understanding of how AI can play in this market was a big factor in my decision to sort of join him up front. And then I think Front's product itself is really unique to go after this opportunity. Front was really established as a collaboration and productivity tool where employees have the opportunity to collaborate with each other behind the scenes around external customer communication. And so what that's looked like in the past is your support teammate maybe reaching out to somebody within product or engineering or somebody in finance to ask a billing question. And that's been person-to-person collaboration behind the scenes. What we know today with AI is that can look like not only person to person, but person to agent, or teammates to agent, or teammates to multiple agents. It provides a really interesting surface area across which to think about how companies are interacting with agents as they work to best support their customers.
I love hearing a CFO's investment thesis on why they joined. And what came across to me is how forward looking you were. You weren't just looking at the market opportunity of what Front has done to date. You were looking at what could this be over the next 3 to 5 years.
Especially at this point in time when so much is changing with AI, it needs to not only be about what the reality is today, and this is really for anybody obviously assessing a career opportunity at this point, what are the future applications? Is this disruptive to a company's product? Can it be additive? Are there new revenue streams that can come from this? And I think keeping that in mind, especially in today's market, with the disruption that is happening with AI is incredibly important.
Meredith, you've described your career as a portfolio career, which I think is an amazing phrase, and I want to steal it for my own. Well, why do you think having multiple lenses, you have the investor lens, the operator lens, the finance leader lens, why do you think that makes someone better at leading a business versus, say, going very deep in one lane or domain for 20 years?
Even though I work in tech, I love the movie industry, so I'll borrow an analogy from that to sort of explain this a little bit. I think being an executive is really like being a director on a movie versus being a specialist. So you've got the cinematographer that knows what the lighting should look like, the editor that can really know pacing, a composer who knows the score, but it's really the director who's bringing it all together. The way I've thought about my career is I've really had the opportunity to play some of those specialist roles, to work on M&A deals, to have that investor perspective, to have a deep operating perspective at larger companies and small scale as well. I've seen sort of both ends of the spectrum. All of those experience sort of come together that when you're trying to lead a business from the CFO seat or from the COO seat, that really provides me with unique opportunity to draw on those experiences to, I think, better direct the movie or better help execute at the company.
Producer Ben and producer Steve are going to love that analogy. Meredith, when you changed from being on the investment side to the operator side, I know you've had multiple roles or stops along the way. Did you have to unlearn anything, or did you have any hypotheses about how business was done that you had to change?
I think you know it as an investor, but what really comes to bear as an operator is that execution is everything. You've got a great perspective in an investment role of looking across the market pretty broadly and seeing maybe where white spaces are, where there's opportunities for companies to run after green space. Obviously, that's a thesis, right? It's a thesis on the market. You can have the market thesis, but really how you execute, how you build the product that really fits those market needs, how you market that product and tell that value story really clearly to customers, how you build the right sales organization. It's really all of those elements that need to come together. And I think a lot of times investors are very focused on the diligence they're doing and looking for signals of that execution sitting in the operator seat. Just like I walked into front with a thesis on where I thought we would go. Certainly many of those bets have played out, and we've done a great job re-accelerating growth in our business and really running after a new market in a meaningful way with AI. But certain things didn't play out as I expected. It's not a very clear-cut path. And it's so execution dependent. And I think to go back to the three things that I focus on always in assessing investments, that's where the people component is most important, because the more experienced folks you have around the table who I think have those different perspectives and come from different businesses, the better the execution tends to be.
Listen, I'm no mathematician, although that is what my mother-in-law tells people I do for work. My son-in-law is CJ. He's a mathematician. If your finance team expands linearly with your headcount, your leverage is broken. Too many CFOs waste incredible talent on low-value maintenance, manual reconciliation, chasing missing receipts, and policing $30 software subscriptions. Woo, woo, woo! It's the expense police, run! That's a systems problem. And that's why you need Brex. Brex is an intelligent finance platform powered by AI workflows that handle the heavy lifting automatically, which is a fancy word for without you. Instead of burning elite finance minds on administrative maintenance, Brex gives your team the leverage to focus on momentum and growth. Thousands of companies, including Anthropic, Coinbase, and DoorDash, already run on Brex. Stop asking your A-level finance talent to do B-level admin work. It's time to get Brex. Head to brex.com/metrics. That is brex.com/metrics.